What's going on? Is David. Welcome back to the channel. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I would really appreciate it. As always, we only have one rule here: do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. I am not a financial advisor, and you would appreciate it more in the long run when you're responsible for your own actions instead of blaming somebody else. So here we go. So, man, I haven't tapped in with you guys in a little while, but quick update, man. It's been a crazy last couple of weeks in the market. We've seen some changing of the guard, especially with the Nasdaq, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. So, what does that mean for our the big tech companies that's kind of been going hard? First part of the year, first 6 months of the year. Um, you know, August, September what's the history on those type of months regarding the stock market. Usually, you see a downturn in the market during those 2 months. So that probably what we're experiencing now. So, but yeah, let's jump right in, see what's going on. Quick recap of this past week. So let's see what's happening here. Bear with me 1 second. All right, let's jump right into the Dow. As you see on Friday, the Dow is actually up 25 points on Friday, sitting at still over 34,500 right now. The last week, you see the Dow was actually down 2%, down 705 points over the last week. And you see what we've done over the last month, right in line, down 2%, 724 points. And year to date, the Dow is still up 4% year to date. So we are experiencing some rough patches right now. Like I stated earlier, August, September tend to be two of the worst trading months of the year historically. So you're going to see those reflected in the numbers. And let's look at the S&P. You see the S&P was down pretty much flat on Friday, but sitting at 4,300 right now. Over the last week, look at it, right along with the Dow, down 2%. The last month, down 3%, 165 points. But year to date, still sitting pretty strong, up 14%, up 545 points. So remember, right, if you have a portfolio, a way to gauge how your portfolio is doing, especially like if you're a long-term investor, is compare it with the S&P. How is your portfolio performing compared to the S&P? Is it lagging behind? Is it are you in line? Or are you beating the S&P? It's just a great comparison to see how your portfolio is doing. So, but the S&P is up 14% still year to date, even with having some turbulent times with over the last week and over the last month. So keep that in mind. But let's take a look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq down 26 points on Friday, sitting at over 13,000. And you see over the last 5 days, the Nasdaq also down 2%, down 350 points over the last month. Nasdaq, man, taking a pretty good hit, actually down 5%. 5% over the last month, down 772 points. But year to date, we're still sitting pretty strong. Up 27%, basically 28%, 2,900 points. But like I said, recently, as you see over the last month, the Nasdaq is down 5%. You see here, we were sitting well above 14K, got up to what 14,346, but you see the slow trend down to where we are now. So what does that mean for some of our bigger companies, right? Apple, Google, Tesla, Amazon. We're coming out of earnings. But these companies, well, especially Apple and Tesla, have seen some lag in the last couple of weeks. Let's just take a look, right? I've always said every portfolio should have Apple in its portfolio. If you're starting out a portfolio, you should definitely have Apple. So let's see what Apple's done. We've seen what the NASDAQ has done. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's up on Friday. All right. The last 5 days, you see Apple down almost 2%, $3.47. You see a trajectory over the last week, over the last month. You see Apple's down almost 10%, right? Man, 18 points. And you saw it was sitting over the one at 193, got up to 196, and then you start seeing the slow grind down with Apple. So a lot of people are seeing this as a great buying opportunity for Apple, right? So I've added a little bit of Apple during this time because I still think Apple is the number one company. I still see Apple going. I believe Apple is going to go over 200 eventually. That's just my opinion. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. So when you see these pullbacks of Apple, they could be great buying opportunities for those who like the whole long term. And you see, let's see, year to date, Apple, man, look at that. Apple's still up 39% year to date. That's crazy. 39% year to date. Apple is still up 49 points, even with the recent 10% pullback, right? So we started the year at 126, and we're sitting at 174 now. That tells you all you need to know about Apple, right? So you see the how Apple's been moving this year. Like I said, we got up with about 196. Then you start seeing it pull back just a little bit. So I don't think it's going to stay down for long, but you see why so many people love Apple. Like I said, I think it's the number one company. I think this is great buying opportunity to get into Apple. But even if you started buying Apple at the beginning of the year to go from in the 120s to up to the 170s, now it's still a great return on your investment. So, like I said, if you're starting a portfolio out, you should have Apple in your portfolio. I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to have Apple in your portfolio. I don't own an iPhone or anything, but I appreciate those who do own iPhones and who do buy Apple products because I'm an Apple investor. So, keep purchasing those Apple products. Let's look at Tesla. Another company that's seen a pretty solid pullback lately, and Tesla's a very volatile stock. Let's just be honest. But I still think Tesla's number one in this space and what it does. So on Friday, Tesla's down 1%, 3 points. Over the last week, you see Tesla's pull back 8%, down 20 points. You see how it's done over the last week. You see right here. Over the last month, Tesla has a big pullback of 18%. I'm also a Tesla shareholder. So you see Tesla down 18%, 47 points in the last month, right? Man, that's a big drop. And a lot of people are considering this a buying opportunity for Tesla, right? So when you're dealing with the top companies in the space, Apple, Tesla, maybe Google, Amazon, or whatever, like when you see those pullbacks, you might not want to look at it as a negative situation. You probably want to look at it as a time to, get in, to buy, to add to your portfolio. And year to date, we see that Tesla is still up 99% year to date. That's crazy. 99% up 107 points year to date. Even with a 20% pullback, you see Tesla is up, starting at 108. Man, come on now. Come on. Tesla's been killing it. Got up to 291. Yes, you see the pullback right now. But I think Tesla's going to eventually get back up over that 260-300. This just is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I just think it's a slight pullback right now for an even bigger run in the future. So, like I said, I think, August, September are months that you'll see pullbacks in the stock market. So hopefully it doesn't fall much further, but even if it does, I still think it's a great investment long term. Like I said, you see what it's done year to date. I just see this as a great buying opportunity to get into Tesla, add to your portfolio for the long run. I don't see Tesla going anywhere anytime soon. So just some normal pullbacks. Let's take a look and see Google. And, for those who don't know, Google has two positions, two stocks, GOOG and GOOGL. I'm just take a look at GOOG because that's the one that I own. Some own GOOGL, that's fine. You see Google is Friday trading at 128.11, down 1% on the day. Over the last 5 days, you see a little slight pullback of 1%. Over the last month, Google is actually up 7%. So while you see pullbacks in Apple and Tesla over the last month, you see Google is actually up 7% over the last month, and year to date, up 42%. So let's take a look at some of the top companies we just looked at, right? Apple, Tesla, Google, right? 3 companies that should be pretty, familiar, that you should be pretty familiar with, all up year to date. And I am a owner of Google. I've been owning Google probably since 2016. Not going to sell any shares anytime soon if I don't have to. Company that I do love. I plan to keep investing in for the long term. I'm actually make pretty good income right now from selling covered calls on Google, because I do have over 100 shares of Google and Amazon. So that allows me to generate extra income by selling covered calls. But they're definitely in my long-term portfolio. Let's take a look at Amazon right now. Amazon had some great earnings about a week or two ago that really pushed the price up, but you're seeing some slight pullback now. Friday down. Over the last week, you see it's kind of pulling back down 3%. Over the last month, still up 2%. Like I said, a lot of that was because you see this big push here was around the earnings time. I jumped pretty good here. Then it's kind of been slightly coming back down. And year to date, Amazon, once again, just like we saw with Apple, Tesla, Google, the Amazon is up 55% year to date, 47 points. Once again, one of your top companies, right? That's a major top 4: Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Google. I think if you own those 4 positions in your portfolio long term, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. To be honest with you. I would also, would like to have some ETFs in my portfolio, VOO, which I'll talk about a little later, VTI. Those are good positions to have in your portfolio. But if you wanted to go Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Google, I wouldn't be mad at you. They had, some rough 2022, but overall, like for the long term, man, those are some good positions to have in your portfolio. So that was a quick recap of the market and some of the big companies so far, how they perform, over the past week, year to date, all that. So let's see here. Bear with me. Yep. Let's get back here. So, yeah, yeah, man. So, what do you have in your portfolio? What are you currently investing in right now? Um, are you picking up any of these positions, during the market pullback? So, if so, let me know. Let me know. You know. So now, I don't want this video to be too long. I want to jump right into our investing challenge, SCHD Investing Challenge. We started this at the beginning of the year, um, where we are investing the dollar amount of whatever week we in, each week or bi-weekly or whatever the case may be, that's beneficial to you. But these are two ETFs that I definitely wanted to add, build a position up in the portfolio. So I wanted to do this investing challenge to help me stay on task for the year to keep investing consistently into these two great ETFs. So let's take a look and see how much we've invested so far this year uh, in this investing challenge. So let's give a second here. Remember, guys, if you want to make a donation to the channel, the information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I would really appreciate it. Um, Everything invested will go, every donation would be invested back into the channel. So give me 1 second here. Boom. So here we go. We just completed, we actually did a week 32 and 33 into this investing challenge of SCHD and VOO. So we invested for week 32, $32 into VOO, $32 into SCHD for a total of $64. And then we also did week 33, $33 in the SCHD, $33 in the VOO, for that's $66 for week 33. So whatever week it's in, that's the dollar amount that we're investing into the challenge. And you see overall, right, we have invested over $1,100 this year just into this weekly challenge, just by following along each week and staying consistent, right? So if you just say, man, I can't invest $1,100 into any stocks right now, but it's just a simple challenge that we started week one, right? You see a dollar in the SCHD, a dollar in the VOO. Then you just build up from there. $2 in the SCHD, $2 in the VOO, right? So I think you probably can afford $2 a week or $4 a week or $6 a week. Or if you just wanted to do one of these, right? $1, $2, $3, $4. That doesn't seem as taxing as the overall amount, when you're looking at the total. But if you stay consistent with these investing challenges, it adds up over time, which I understand. And that's why I wanted to do the challenge this way, because I know it's going to build up over time. And with doing it each week or bi-weekly, you don't really think about the total number. You just want to stay consistent in, what you're doing. So this is a great way to invest in these two great ETFs. And as you see, we just staying consistent all the way through whatever week we are in of the year. That's what we're investing into this investing challenge. So we are already over halfway through the year. We're in August, a few more months to go. But next week, or this upcoming week, is going to be week 34. And we're going to do $34 in the SCHD, $34 in the VOO. Like I said, if you want to do a bi-weekly, right, we just double up and do week 34 and week 35 at the same time. So, but yeah, man, that's the update on our VOO SCHD challenge or SCHD VOO challenge. I'm still also doing a JEPI. I actually sold my JEPI. I actually sold it for right now. So see, the last 2 weeks I didn't invest anything in the JEPI, but I did kind of double up on the JEPQ because I've added some more JEPQ. So that's what I'm kind of rolling with right now. I think I've had enough time to kind of evaluate both positions. And I like JEPQ a little bit more than JEPI, Let me know what you think. Do you prefer JEPQ over JEPI or JEPI over JEPQ? For me, it's JEPQ, right? So I'm going to continue the challenge, but instead of doing 5 and 5 into JEPI and JEPQ, I'm just doing 10 into JEPQ each week. So we're going to continue this challenge along as well and keep investing in these positions. So if you still have JEPI, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I prefer JEPQ, so I'm gonna continue to roll with JEPQ. And I have my SCHD VOO challenge, and man, it's just gonna keep adding up, keep building up, and over time, man, it's just we're gonna be thankful that we did this investing challenge. So let me just add something here. Yeah, that's about it, man. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. Video's long enough. Um, Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys are investing in. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. I just like to come in, talk about stocks. Um, Also, Invest Fest is coming up. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it. Less than a week away here in Atlanta. Um, I'm excited for my second year to go. So we'll see how that goes. Remember, if you want to make a donation to the channel, information scrolling right there below. So, and I really appreciate it. But until then, guys, I will talk to you guys later.